What up, everybody? You're now tuned into Candid Conversations. I'm your host, Brandon Lampley. We are back with another live stream today. Matter of fact, I just left work, rushed home to get this done, man, because I didn't get it done Monday. And my coworker, he said, "Yeah, man, I seen you and your dude, man. Y'all be working. Y'all got great chemistry." I said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna keep this thing rolling, man, for sure,
Yeah,
for
we're
sure,
gonna
for
we're
sure."
gonna keep going. We're gonna keep it going, baby.
Start his up, so we ready to go, man.
Yeah, man. Waiting on you, B.
So today we're talking about the order of things. The order of things. So how you could say how it was intended to be, how God intended it to be, or just how we're biologically hardwired, how things are, the order of things. I know we spoke on it briefly before in past shows. It's men protect the women protect and nurture the children, and that's kind of how it goes. So, but as time has went on, of course, we are what I like to call bizarro world. We're backwards. We're out of order. Some could say that even though there is tradition, it's tradition for things to change. There's no end all be all. There's no one way to skin a cat. There's different ways to do things. As you can see with my generation and generations coming after, they want to interpret it and do things how they want to do it. I was talking with some older people. I told you I'll be talking to everybody. So but I can't remember who I was talking to. And I was saying how things that were shunned in the past are done openly in the streets now. And that's crazy to me.
Right, right. And it's funny that you brought that up because I was having a conversation with a client this morning. Well, actually, two of them. And one was a male, one was a female. And I noticed my male guy, he was quiet. He was quiet the whole entire time as she was talking. And we were just talking about, she brought up her little situation she is. I want to put her business out in the street, but she shall
Mm-hmm.
remain nameless. But I was, she was, and she asked me, she was like, Shawn, do you think I was wrong? I said, do you really want my opinion? You want my honest opinion? Because I'm not going to blow smoke. She's like, yeah, give it to me straight. No chase. I said, all right, now. I said, listen, I said, the dude came back to you. Okay. Y'all broke up. He came back to you. And I said, what did he say? He said, he wants to make this work. He said, but what I'm not going to deal with is you talking to me any kind of way, the way you talk to me.
Yeah.
And I said, and how'd you respond to that? She's like, I just fell back and I listened. She said, that's something I struggle with. I struggle with listening. So I noticed my male client, he doing his exercise. He didn't chime in because normally he would chime in and say something. He just kept quiet. And and I was like, is it okay to listen to a guy for him to explain things? Is it where's the harm in that? She's like, no. She's like, it's just some things, I mean, she's a businesswoman. She owns her own business, so
Yeah.
she's independent. She's doing her thing, and I have no problem with that. I like it when women are doing their own thing. They're engulfed in their own power. That they actually went to school, worked their butt off, and they got to where they are. But you got to compartmentalize what you do for a living and how you live personally.
Yeah.
What you're doing at work ain't got nothing to do with how you have to engage with your partner at home. You can't talk to that dude like you talk to people in the street. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Mm-hmm.
like that dynamic should be different. And so she was like, well, Shawn, I sat back and I listened, and I said, well, based off how he broke that thing down, that dude's an alpha male. Okay. And I'm gonna tell you why he's an alpha male, because a beta would have let you just talk to him any type of way. That's what betas do. They're passive. Okay.
Yeah.
Alpha males aren't passive. You step on an alpha male's toe, he's gonna say ouch. So I said, now he's gonna give you another chance. I said, but things got to get back into order. You got to get back to the order of things. And
Mm-hmm.
I said, what you got to understand is that she's like, what does that mean? What does that mean? And so it was the end of her workout, and I was like, listen. And I said, I've been telling people this. I said, there's only one lion, there's only one not lioness. The lioness is going to respect her lion strength, period, because that's the order of things. She
Yeah.
understands that he's made first. He ain't got nothing to do with, and we live in a world now, B, where people they measure a man based off what his account is like. I'm like, hold on, hold on, hold on. I remember when my mother broke that down for me. You mean to tell me that the money in his account is going to protect you from harm? The money in his account is going to protect pr- protect you from somebody trying to physically attack you. What does his money got to do with him protecting you? His money has nothing to do with him protecting you. He just got money. So if you thinking that the money is the be all, the end all of what the characteristics of what a man should be, it's like my mother told me, Shawn, if you think that all there is to a woman is a figure and how beautiful she is, you got a lot to learn about women. And women, if you think that the money is all the be all to end all to what the true characteristics of a real man is, you got a hell of a lot to learn about men. That ain't got nothing to do with his manhood. Period. He can have all the money in the world and can't even protect you. He
Yeah.
can have all the assets in the world and can't even protect you.
Yeah.
He can have billions, skyscrapers, mansions, and can't even protect you from being physically harmed. So
Yep.
you have to really truly understand and learn the true characteristic as men. And I tell brothers all the time, dude, money don't make no man. I'm just telling you, straight up.
Money, women, social status, none of that stuff makes you a man.
That has
Nothing. Those are things on the outside.
mm-mm.
Nothing without makes you a man. It's what's
Right.
within. I was talking to my coworker today. He's a young guy. He's like 23, and he was talking about he was at dinner with a couple of young ladies. He said, "Man, sitting at the table with them and how they talk about guys." He said, "I just felt like, man, if you listen to them, no wonder guys feel like they can't measure up because they want things in men that literally none of them are. None of them are the things that they want in these men, and all the things that they want are incredibly superficial." So they think
Right.
that the measure of a man, like, okay, you got right now where you got a ton of men who are um, not in the dating market. They're not getting dates, not getting to sleep with women, things like that. It's a select few, so like the top 20 to 30%. You got the game, got guys who got game, but that includes guys like looks, money, status. Those guys running the market. Now you got guys who crack the code. They got game and charisma, different things like that. But even with that said, with the way the young ladies were and the way he described them, I said, so do you feel like they were superior to you? Do you feel like that they should be first and you should be second? He was like, no. He said it was a bunch of babble. I said, right. I said, they don't present much value to you as a man. I say, really, really think about it. And I say, it may sound misogynistic. It may sound like I'm woman hating or something like that. But the truth is the truth. I mean, most women today weren't raised to give you much value, period. Because what value does a woman bring to a man? Like back in the day, her being a wife, her being a mother, a nurturer, take care of the household, they're basically helping the man, bringing value to his life, making things easy for him, them building generational wealth together. Does that describe the modern woman today? No, it does not. So, what value does the modern woman bring to us today?
Mm.
Sex. That's pretty much it. I said they've done this. That they're a rental at best right now. And he was like, man, it's crazy. And I said, and I hate to say that, but that's what it is. I say most women you come across is going to have little to no value to you as a man. And that's you individually. Just because she doesn't have value to me or you doesn't mean she doesn't have value to another man, of course. You always
Right.
going to have value to someone. But majority, if you're a man of means, you're a man on his purpose, and you want to have things in order the way they're supposed to be, like you said, then you got to have someone who's on your program. You got to have someone who's going to listen. You got to have someone who can steer the ship while you're down for an unpredetermined amount of time. And is there anybody who inspires any of that in you today that you see? And the answer is no.
Right, right. What women got to understand, man, is that how us men, and I want to say, I'm trying to break down okay, for me as an example, being an entrepreneur, doing it on my own, ain't nobody helping me. Came up with the concept, build it from the ground up. Ain't nobody done this for me. He's nobody putting in the leg work, the hours, the early mornings, the late nights. It's all me. It's all on my back. It's all on my shoulders. So if I fail, it's on me.
Yeah.
So if I'm on the outside looking in and I'm looking at her and what she's doing, women have to understand. For me, okay, for a man who has a reverence of the Most High, of God, you know what I'm saying? A failed marriage to him is a huge loss. So he's looking on the outside. He's on the outside looking in. Is she worth that risk? And I hear women say all the time, "Oh, it don't take forever for a man to know that I'm the one, and I want to get married." Da 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 da. This and that. This and that. Well, for us, it does because we, a man who has enough respect for himself, knows his purpose, knows who he is. He's going to make sure he's already chosen her. He's trying to make sure if the effort is going to be shown. The number one thing a man who knows who he is and knows his purpose, he's looking for the humility from her. That's what he's looking for. We live in society where humility it's damn near nil of nil right now. It's pretty much null and void when it
Yeah.
comes to women because they're just the attitude. I'm the prize. All that extra stuff that they do and what they say. Um, we got to know that if I got enough respect for myself, I got to know that the order of things with this female has to be aligned properly with her understanding my purpose and then she understanding her purpose. And I told the young lady, I said, um, I said, listen, your purpose is him. Your
Yep.
purpose is him. I said, listen, we ain't got no dog and no fight. We have no control. We have no say. So you got to understand, a man got so much on him. It's like TD Jake said, the it how hard is it to be a man? It's so hard to be a man. It's unfathomable to women. You will never understand how hard that is. Why? We got everything against us and nothing for us but him. But the right woman is going to be for us. The wrong woman, we was pretty much on the island by ourselves doing things. Why? Because things are out of alignment. The order of things is just totally kaput. And until we get back into the order of things to where there's no dick measuring contest between men and women in a relationship, we're never going to get back on track. That's the
Yeah.
major problem. Nobody wants to talk about it. Everybody thinks it's taboo. Everybody's with the feminism and speaking of that, the dude after she left, he said, Shawn, I really didn't want to get in that feminism crap right now. He said, but he said, you told her exactly what I was feeling. He sat there and he listened. Okay, and this is a white dude and this was a black woman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He said, I just sat there, Shawn, and I just listened. He said exactly what you told her was exactly dead on. Women, you got to understand, if you want that man, if you're looking for that specific man, if I hope you got that lioness role. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you want that real alpha male, you got to have that lioness role. And a lioness is different from the women of standard in 2021. They ain't the same women.
Mm-hmm.
A lioness will never say she's the prize. A lioness will never have a voice of arrogance. A lioness will never have a voice of attitude. She's going to respect the man and know that she needs one. And a lioness will never, ever say out of her mouth, I don't need no man. She will never, ever say she will say other things, but a lioness, a true lioness, will never say she don't need no man. For a woman to say she don't need no man, or a man to say he don't need no woman, first of all, that's not the order of things. That's not why the big man upstairs made us. He made us for each other. So for you to say something as dumb to say you don't need a man or you don't need a woman, that's why you're in the position where you at.
Yeah.
Why? Because the order of things, it's a cluster. It's a it's a big clusterfuck. That's what it
Yeah.
is. That's what we're in. If you want to put it plain, it's a big clusterfuck. That's what it is. Sorry, B, for
Yeah.
talking so much.
Oh no, you good.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I would say to, especially say to any women, um, what I said before, if anybody has an issue, all you gotta, and I was thinking about this earlier and thinking about it before I even came over here today. If you got an issue, then you must have an issue with women and how they talk about men. Because women talk about men the exact same way. What is the saying? Women need men like fish need a bicycle. We're
Right.
superfluous. We're not needed. Just another. Hey, it's always another dude. So if you feel that way, then hey, women have felt this way for about men for a long time. And I will say this: women have spent so much time selling us on independence and strong, and I could do bad all by myself. To where you taught a generation of men just like myself that we too can also be strong, independent, and can do bad all by ourselves as well. And it's crazy to me. You and what and a lot of us boys, we watched our mothers do this. We watch our moms supposed to be strong and independent. So now you're like, yo, why would I need this? Why would I need to put myself through the paces? Yes, I want to do the right thing. Of course, there's many men who want to be married, many men who want to have children, many men who want to do the right thing and do it in the right order. But many
Right.
men are hitting a roadblock right now. And the roadblock is that you don't see anybody you can trust. That's the big one, because yeah, it doesn't take a man long to figure out whether he wants to marry a woman or not. It takes him a long time to figure out whether he should marry her or not. That is the issue. That's the
Mm,
bulk of it right there.
mm, 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 mm. It goes right back to what I was saying. A man who doesn't respect himself will take any woman just as she is. But a man who's got
Yep.
respect for himself, who knows his purpose, he is going to require her to step it up and to earn it. Okay? So, and he's in tune with his masculinity. And when he, again, man, again, when a man has a reverence of the big man upstairs, you can't come at him like you come those average Joes off the street. That's not going to
Yeah.
work. See, when a man knows his purpose, you got to come correct. When he knows who he's at, when a man knows who he is, you got to come correct. When he's solidified in his position and he ain't gonna be moved, if you don't come at that dude correct, I guarantee you, I put my mama's life on it. You will not end up with an alpha male. You're gonna end up with a beta. And I'm not knocking them, but I'm never going to mind screw you to make you believe that I'm a beta when I'm far from it. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just not who I am. Again, a man who doesn't respect himself is going to accept you just as you are at face value. He's not going to require you to step it up. He's not going to require you to earn his hand in marriage. He's not going to require. He really don't care. He just want a body. He
Yeah.
just want to be. He just want a woman. But
Mm-hmm.
that dude who knows who he is, and a lot of men don't know who they are. B. A lot of men don't know who they are. They forgot about their purpose. They forgot about their strength. They forgot that they were made first. They forgot the order of things.
Yep.
And one thing I'm not settling for anything out of the order and out of the alignment of what he said. I'm not going to settle for somebody who's not going to understand that God made me first. That means he made me the head. You got a problem? I guess you have a come to Jesus meeting with him. You need to have a
Yep.
conversation with him because you don't be mad at me. You mad at him. Theoretically, you're mad at him because listen, I ain't make me. He made me and he made
Mm-hmm.
you. So if you going against his order of things, ain't nothing in your life gonna be in order when it comes to that relationship partnership. Think what you want, feel how you feel, say what you gotta say. I really don't care. But you can't argue with truth. Again, intelligence never argues or gets angry with the facts. That's it.
This is true, man. This is true. Like
Right.
I always used to think that um, the guys who had tons of women, I mean, they going through them, they getting these kills. I mean, woman after woman after woman after woman. That these were the real men. These were the guys because these are the ones that the women flock to. Even with the guys today that women flock to, the guys that they describe, that archetype that they describe and what they want. You would think these guys, these are the real men, these are real men. But we know, we have so much proof that women shy away from real men
Oh yeah.
all the time, all the
All the
time,
time.
all the time, all the
Bro,
time.
let me
And
tell
that,
you so. Oh, I'm so glad you
yeah,
said that. I'm so glad because man, why you looking into my playbook? Man, I was gonna say that beat. They do big time. A man that's challenging intellectually, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and
yeah,
he knows who he is, they always gonna shot and they gonna be looking at him different. They hesitant, apprehensive. They want him, but they like, man, that dude is built different.
yeah,
I can't come at all the years of stuff of how I came at dudes. I can't come at that dude different. And they shy away. They shy
yeah,
away. Why? Because the realness is too illuminating. It's too powerful. It's too blinding. It's like, man, I don't know. I need to put some shades on. I need to put some shades on because I can't take this dude.
mm-hmm,
His strength is too illuminating. Let me put these
mm-hmm,
shades on, man. I gotta study this dude a little bit more because I can't come at him the way I came at Ricky and Bobby and Johnny. I can't
yeah.
come at him like that.
And Walmart Tavius and Pookie and
Walmart.
Ray Ray and Lil Homicide. All those guys, you know what I'm saying? All those guys. Yeah.
That's
But
hilarious, man.
I'm thinking that those guys are the real men, but come to find out, the real men are the men that have discipline. The real men are the men who, hey, you got her, she laid out ready to go, and you just like, yeah, this ain't a good idea. This isn't. How is this going to help me become a better person, a better man?
Right.
It's not. So I'm going to walk away. I'm going to take it and go home. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my stuff and I'm going to go home. So those are the real men, and the way the narrative that they push, they have boys out here thinking that getting girls is what it's all about. But it's been proven. I forgot, man. I got to start writing stuff down because I can't remember who said it. But they said that especially if you have a very high sex drive, as far as men, you can take that drive and channel it into other things and let it be the fuel for your greatness. And
Right.
a lot of guys don't realize that. And so by doing so, so let's say you the average guy. The average guy today isn't winning by any stretch of the imagination as far as when it comes to women is concerned, because the average guy is something that she's not interested in. But what the average guy doesn't, most average guys don't understand is that who cares what they think, who cares what they want, because that changes seemingly minute to minute throughout the day what they want. So that's constantly changing. The goalposts are always moving. So don't concern yourself with those things.
Right.
What you need to do is focus on yourself and become the best version of yourself. Because once you do that, she has no choice but to fall in line. And then we can get the order of things off the ground and get it going. Because we living in a world where up is down, black is white, east is west. that's what things are today, man. So
Right.
it's getting weird out here, man.
It's getting weirder and weirder. And women, you got to understand, a man who's driven with purpose, a man who is driven, doing stuff with his life, is always going to be misunderstood.
Uh-oh.
You can't understand them.
Women are more confused now. More than 50 years ago, they still haven't mastered their emotions. That's why they're going out here hooking up with other women that are pretending to be men. How much more confused can you get than that, and trying to blame it on bad love? So they go and choose emotional fulfillment than true love. Ness, stop it, Ness. Oh my God, Ness, stop it. Ness, I always wonder that. Like, this is my thing. Okay, you won't be with who you want to be with. Sexuality is a spectrum, whatever. You do what you want to do. I'm not judging you. It is what it is. As long as it's legal, as long as it's legal, I have no problem with what you do and where you put your stuff and who you touch. Don't care. But I will say this: when it comes to women dealing with women, they always choose women that imitate the worst of us. I never understood that. Like, I rarely see them with women who are like in business suits, with corporate jobs and stuff like that. No, it's the ones, got the pants sagging, wife beat on, tattoos on the face, looking like Lil Wayne and Steve Harvey. I'm like, what is going on? Yeah, Ness. Yeah, that right there, Ness. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Right.
it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
It is, man. It is.
So,
But B, um, man, I don't know why. I don't know how I get into these conversations, because a lot of these conversations just come to me because I sure don't start them, man. I'm just trying to I'm trying to get along with my day, but it, I can't touch on it enough, man. That is our problem. I was talking to I don't, I don't know if I was talking to her. I probably was talking still to both of them. And my mother told me something about our generation. Uh, your 30 somethings and 40 somethings and your 20 somethings and your 50 somethings. The generation right now, she said, yeah, first of all, y'all ain't got no fight in you. She said, the generation that came before you guys, how do you think those people made it 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 years? You guys change people like you change your clothes every day.
yep,
You can't go through nothing. If you can't go through nothing, what you gonna build?
yep,
If you can't go through nothing, what are you going to build? Do you think in your feeble brains that everything is going to be roses, rainbows, and sunshine with that relationship slash partnership? You gonna go through some stuff, man. As long as you living this life, you might as well be like, you know what? There's always gonna be life stuff. I got to deal with it. But the thing about it is, if you're not willing to go through anything, how do you have all these requirements of what you want when your strength level is a -1? You can't go through nothing, but you want everything. The problem, my mom said, she said, the problem with y'all whole generation, y'all don't know what love's about. You don't know what relationships and partnerships about. The minute y'all get in y'all moods or your attitudes, or somebody do you wrong, or they lie to, whatever it is, y'all done. And then you go on to the next person as if there's not going. We all got baggage, people,
mm-hmm,
but we are ironically our own problem because we out of order. And the
yeah,
big man is just sitting up there looking at us like he just shaking his head. It's like they ain't gonna never get it together. They
yeah.
ain't gonna
Hey,
all they
so
all. Go ahead, B.
no, so did you know this? I found this out today, that there were women against birth control when they first floated the idea of getting birth control for women.
What?
A lot of women were against it. Did you know that?
Wow. No, I not that. Now where you get that info from, B? I ain't heard that one at all.
Yeah, I heard it today. I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about it. And I forgot the article and the site they had it on. They were talking about it and said it was documented. And I'm gonna go do some more research on it myself. But they say that there were women against it because they said that birth control was going to end the relationship at the time. Relationships at the time, they say it's going to end them. They say it's going to take the top off relationships and marriage, because now that women can operate where they can be with whoever they want to be with and not get pregnant, what's the incentive to stick with one man? Because you sticking with one man back in the day, you didn't have birth control. You most likely you'll get pregnant by somebody else because you didn't have birth control. And so I still don't think it'll regulate. It'll regulate some today, but you still got women having whole babies in marriages by other dudes. So, and I told you paternity fraud is like 20% in this country. But say women were against it because it's going to kill relationships. And are we not living in the residual effect of that today? That's what this is. Like you say, nobody can go through anything. So why would I strive to have a great relationship, try to build on something when at a moment's notice, a more attractive option, or what I perceive is a more attractive option? You got to put that out there, what you perceive as a more attractive option, because like they say, old saying, grass ain't always greener on the other side. But since this attractive option has come along, what's going to stop me from indulging in it? What's going to stop me from monkey branching to this next situation? You know?
Right. That part.
And when I found out about monkey branching, man, that messed me up. They say where women tend to monkey branch. So what they do is they pretty much break up with you during the relationship. They mentally check out. You know, they and mentally and emotionally check out. A lot of times physically, they stop laying down with you. And what they're doing is in that time, they've started dealing with somebody else, and they're testing him to see if they can leave you and move on to him. So monkey branching. So they say when monkeys swing branch to branch, they just don't go pulling on branches willy-nilly, trying to grab on the branches and not looking at them. So what they do is they test the branches to make sure they have stability so they don't fall out of the tree as they're swinging. So that's what women do. They say, I'm with this man, but that looked like a great option over there. Let me go see. Let me test him. They say, oh no, he's not a good option. He just wanted one thing and he's on to the next thing. This guy, oh, he seems strong. He seems nice. Okay, all right, there. It seems like a good option. Boom, I'm leaving because he seems like he's on solid standing. So I'm out. Boom, I'm leaving. And a lot of times, it doesn't. A lot of times, don't be a better situation. Sometimes what you think is an upgrade is just a seat change. It don't necessarily be worse, but it's pretty much the same thing. You just put lipstick on it or paint on it or something.
Right.
It's amazing how that works.
Wow, man. Wow. And you can tell, man, it's when you become a reader of people, you can tell, man, just by certain responses, gestures, the conversation, you can already tell, man, they didn't already checked out. It's just a matter of time to when y'all have that uncomfortable conversation, or however it goes these days. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
people are non-confrontational with now they can just text or email you. Okay, we done.
Yeah.
No, they don't have to be no face to face when it goes
Or
wrong.
ghosting.
Yeah. Oh, they ghost you when it goes wrong. Okay, as long as I don't see them, that's fine. My mom say, the out of sight, out of mind thing, that really don't exist, Shawn. That's what my mom said. Out of sight, out of mind doesn't exist. You still got that thing that sits between your shoulders. Your mind, you can't even control what comes into your head.
Mm-hmm.
And subconsciously. I mean, so yeah, you can ghost a person and avoid the situation, but it's still embedded in your head. You
Yes, it
can't
is.
escape your mind.
Nope. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yo, that's true too, man. That's true. I mean, in the millennials and especially was it Gen Z? They're infatuated with ghosting. Like they think that it's some new phenomenon, and they said the problem with ghosting. But I'm like, dudes used to ghost their whole family, so ghosting is not new. Ghosting has been around for a long time. But
oh
like,
yeah.
what's the incentive for me to break it off today? That's what I say. We have so many options. And the way things are going, I was talking to some coworkers and I said, as far as the black community is concerned, to be honest, and it's sad to say this and it's hard to say, but I see the end coming, Shawn. I do. Because what we're finding out is that 80 majority of the kids, say 80-90% of the kids are being fathered by like 22% of the men in the population. 52% of men, black men, don't have kids. 26% are married. So, and we have a out of birth block rate of 77%. So the numbers add up that you got 22% of guys fathering majority of the children. That's fact. That's fact. Just looking
Right.
at the statistics right there. So knowing that and knowing women pick the men pick who comes into this world and they pick who they want to be with. So now that we've seen that, nature always course corrects. It corrects itself. So now that we've had that going on, and that's been going on for years, guess what the Gen Z boys are doing? Down at we would date out of our race at a 20% clip, if that 15% or so, Shawn.
Mm.
Now the Gen Z boys are doing it at like they say almost a 50% clip now, where they're bypassing black girls altogether. And I say,
Really?
man, yeah. They say they're going to they say Latinas, Asian women, some white women, of course, but they say Latina is a big one. And I
Why
was like,
why Latinos? Because they darn near like black women. They just from West Africa. I mean, I don't understand it.
yeah,
If anybody ever dated a Latino woman, it's darn near like dating a black one, pretty much.
yeah. But and
There's
you
that
it
there, there
also
there's some distinct differences in the Latino culture and heritage that ain't changing though.
yeah, but it's also
It's
interest. Who's
right.
interested? So you're gonna go where your the interest is. So you're gonna go where you're gonna be celebrated. So
Mm,
obviously they're accepting and they want them. And I said, man, that does not bode well. And then these the percentage of men, black men who don't have kids, they're not looking to pair with women who already have children. Most are not. You have some that are, but most are not. I mean, it is what it is. And it's funny. We're the only community that badgers their men into accepting women with children. The only one. No other community does that, Shawn. And it hit me. I was like, and I thought about it. I said, wait a minute. Yes, they do. And I started to think about other communities. I was like, yeah, white people don't do that. Asian people definitely don't do that. They throwing away girls after they hit their 26th birthday. Uh, the Hispanics are family oriented. They're not doing that. They're not pushing for guys to do that. Middle Eastern or Arabic, they're not doing that. I was like, man, we're really the only community that's doing that. And it's not going to fly, no matter how much they talk about it. What's the name? Dr. Boyce Watkins has been going in on black men for a while because he married his high school sweetheart who was a mother of three from another guy. And so he said, black man, you need to wipe up these single mothers. Don't talk down on single mothers. Remember, most likely you came from a black single mother. And I get that. You don't talk down on them. You don't talk down on them. But the fact is the fact, because just like they can say they don't want broke men, Shawn, they don't want short men, I can say what I want as well, right? How is that fair when
mm.
you have a preference? So it's standards for thee, but not standards for me. That's what we're doing. No, I'm not having it. See what that's gonna say. When it became okay in society to be a side piece, the power that women thought they had was destroyed. Side piece. When it was
Wow.
okay to become an A. That right there, Shawn, that's coming mainstream now. That's happening where you're gonna have men of means who have harems, and it's going to be open. You're gonna have a reality show going to be sparked up about it. Like you're going to start seeing all type of stuff about it: polyamory, polyandry, all those things. Like multiple people in relationships, open relationships. All of those things are getting ready to go mainstream, and it's going to be the new face of relationships. And as
Yeah.
sad as that is, man, that's what it's about to be. Because
Well,
women, the young girls would rather share a guy they perceive as alpha than to be riddled, than be saddled with the fateful beta. It's what it
Mm,
is.
mm. Yeah, seems like in the beginning, wives and concubines, darn near,
Hmm.
pretty much, But Ness had to bring up the side pieces.
He had to bring up the side piece, man. He had to bring
Hey,
up the
hey, so
side
hey,
piece.
some of those side pieces are happy being a side piece.
No, they are. Some of them play the role. They do.
Yeah,
They do.
yeah.
Shoot,
I've,
you
I've,
got dudes that
yeah,
are side pieces, and they
yeah.
they enjoy it. They play the
They enjoy
role
it. Yeah, yeah.
because they
Hmm.
it's like, hey, you go get all your emotion, all that other stuff done. You just come over here for fun. I get it. I totally get it. Understand. But yet you are playing a dangerous game because at the end of the day, no matter how civilized we try to be, Shawn, no matter how we walk upright and use our opposable thumbs, Shawn, at the end of the day, we're still animalistic. We're still jealous
Oh
creatures
yeah, yeah. We animals by nature.
by nature, man.
Yeah, I mean we are, man, and that's the part. That's the part that the young lady was saying. And it's like a lioness automatically, instantaneously recognize a lion, and a lion instantaneously recognize a lioness. I can count the amount of lioness I know on one hand, bro.
Yeah,
That's sad.
yeah,
Now every woman out there probably think that she a lioness. No, you don't. You done messed up the minute you say you don't need a man, and you messed up in your attitude, your feminism, and all that. That doesn't make you a lioness. Lioness don't even do that. In fact, the lioness are talking against it.
yeah,
I hear the lioness talking against it on Instagram. I hear the lioness talking on it against it on TikTok. I hear the lioness talking about it on Facebook. I hear the lioness talking about it on YouTube. I hear the few lionesses I know on one hand talk about it to my face.
yeah.
So just like the alpha male is extinct, the alpha female is extinct because she talks to men and about men different than the woman that's not a lioness.
I noticed that, Shawn. Hold on, see. Lisa, real quick, said those side pieces become the main chick, and the cycle repeats itself. Yeah, yeah. That's kind of how it is. The cycle repeats itself.
Right.
Um, but what you just said just now, I noticed that, Shawn. Like there are women when they speak on men, and whether they're speaking about men, things men need to change, or things men need to be better at, or things that men go through, things men suffer. Talking about the issues, our issues, or whatever. It never comes from a place of malice. It comes from a place of love, and I never reject it. Like you said, that's what you call a lioness or alpha female. When they, especially when they are logical, I never fight them on the things that they say
Mm-mm.
because it makes total sense.
It makes
You know,
total sense
total sense, man. Total sense.
because to let me tell you something, man. And I said on one hand, bro, this is 5 fingers I got. That's all the lionesses that I know. I only know 5. I don't know 6. I don't know 7. I don't know 8. I don't know 9. I know 5. 5. That's it.
Hmm.
So I hope if someone gets offended by what I said, I'm not on here to win a popularity contest. I'm on here to
Right.
be 100% transparent. And why am I so transparent? Somebody say, Shawn, why are you so transparent? I said, because I lied for years.
Hmm.
Now I said I was the compulsive lie, the lie. He lied, he lied, he lied. Now that I'm 100% transparent, you can't say nothing. You all you can do is look like, but that's what you wanted.
Yeah.
I'm no longer lying. I'm giving you the truth. I'm giving you all the smoke of truth. Now you can't handle it. You know what? Do me a favor. Shut up. But here's the thing. That's off topic. But here's the thing. I only know 5. And they they watch exactly how they talk about men. And they will talk, and to have a conversation with a lioness, man, it's the most beautiful, the most refreshing thing you ever can experience. Because
Yeah.
she actually listens to you, and she values and appreciates you as a man, and your opinion and your voice and how you think and view things. It's captivating to the lioness, not to the woman that's not a lioness. But the lioness responds back the way she's talking to you. You intrigued to listen to you. You kind of like do one of these. Like, wow, she's captivating you because she's not talking down to you.
Yeah.
She's talking in such an uplifting way and still realizing, talking about the current issues that's going on with men and women about this so-called competition that society created. And that's why I tell people, why you gotta, if you're already blind, why are you gonna follow the blind? Society is blind. Society has mind fucked America and how to live, how to talk, how to love, to compete with their man, to compete with their fiance, their husband. That's society.
Yeah.
And why, if you follow in society, please hear me, people. Let me get real close to you. If you falling behind anything in society, I'm gonna tell you straight in your face. You a big dummy. You just went big dummy. You
Mhm.
already was dumb. Now you going big dummy because you are allowing society. How you let society brainwash you and how you talk to your man, how you love him, how you treat him, how you let society mind screw you that bad,
Yeah.
and you believe it. You believe it. How I know how people are society driven, I mean, society followers based off how they talk. I'm like, oh my God, you're talking like 98% of America. We ain't got nothing to discuss. Your
Yeah.
mindset is like 98% of America. We have, me and you have nothing in common. The order
Yep.
things, man, the order things,
It's the
the
order
order
of things,
things.
man.
Oh my God, that's the problem.
Yeah.
But nobody wants to adhere to that or buy into that, B.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, man. Well, it's 4:51. You got to go.
Let's keep it going till one of them roll in, man. When one of them
Okay.
roll in, I'll be like, all right, B, my first client got here for the evening, man. But let's
All right,
keep
and
on,
then
man,
we'll
because
we'll,
you
we'll
know,
wrap it up. Okay.
right.
All right. So let's get into this article real quick that I wanted to
Okay,
talk about,
let's
man.
do it. Let's do it.
All right. It says this Fox News Victoria's Secret says goodbye to angels in attempt to redefine sexy. So the angels are the famous supermodels that they had. It says so the lingerie and comfort wear company has said goodbye to the models who have for years famously strutted down the runway wearing over the top ensembles and stuff like that. Or say in their place, they have launched a campaign with high profile women known for their accomplishments rather than their figures. It's a soccer star, Megan Rapinoe. Yeah. Freestyler,
Wow.
skier, Ellen Gu, Priyanka Chopra, transgender model Valentina Sampio, and some other people. They're going to be a part of it and say the women will work with the retailer to redefine what the word sexy means as the company faces competition and pressure to be inclusive of women with various bodies types, not to mention internal strife. And
Mm,
so Megan Rapinoe, she said the message that the company's sending was really harmful. That was patriarchal, sexist, viewing not just what it meant to be sexy, but what clothes are trying to accomplish through a male lens and through what men desire. And it is very much marketed toward younger women. And he says,
mm,
I've known that we need to change this brand for a long time. We just haven't had the control of the company to be able to do it. And it says this summer, Victoria's Secret was split from L Brands and Bath and Body Works to become their own company, and the original founder will not be involved. And so the new endeavor will include size inclusive products and advertising, as well as maternity wear and a podcast with a collective requiring no visuals. So,
mm,
welcome to the end of Victoria's Secret.
mm, mm,
This is it. Because when you get woke, as they just did, you're going to go broke. Now they're going to have a spike in sales because all the inclusive stuff and the crowd who are say the social justice warriors. They're going to support it, but they're not going to be able to do it long term. You whatever your current base is, Gillette did this already. where they tried to run that ad about toxic masculinity and lost billions of dollars, basically crapping on men. So now Victoria's Secret, you say you don't want to cater towards men no more. You want to cater towards women. That's fine. I have no issue with that. But are women going to spend the money that men were spending on this stuff? Because men bought a lot of this stuff for women. Men paid money into a lot of these things. So now that you say you don't want to market to men no more, you want to make it all inclusive with women, that's fine. But number one, you can't redefine sexy. That's like me saying I'm gonna redefine rich by being broke. Like, you can't redefine sexy. Now you can redefine it for women, but for what's sexy to men is sexy today, it's sexy tomorrow. It was sexy 10,000 years ago. It's gonna be sexy 10,000 years from now. It is what it is. You can't change those things.
Right.
But this right here, man, this is funny to me.
Wow.
What you think about it?
Man, I don't even know what this. I don't even know where to go with it. I'm like,
Plus size and transgender, they're gonna push those. Watch. They're gonna go from, you know, the small petite models, they're gonna go to plus size, and they're gonna go to transgender models.
you really think they're gonna go the transgender way with that models
One of
with
the
that
names
thing?
in here is a transgender model. Yeah, that's coming. That's coming, Shawn. Yeah, yeah. And I got
Wow,
nothing
man.
against those that, you know, yeah, you want to transition, that's fine. But there's no way you can try to push this on to heterosexual men and package it as something that we want to consume. We're not going to do it. Let's see. Victoria's Secret is going to turn into a plus size store like Lane Bryant. Yeah, that's basically what it's going to be. And this the whole thing about this is are women going to spend the money? Are women going to spend the money to keep you afloat? And we know when women spend money, industries flourish. They absolutely flourish. The beauty industry is just hair alone is like $9 billion. That's just hair, Shawn. That's a
Wait,
nine
wait. Are
billion
we
dollar
are we
industry.
talking? So when you speak of hair, you talking about weave?
Well, that's weave, that's extensions, that's highlighters, dyes, all that stuff. Everything that entails hair care, and hair products. $9 billion
Man,
industry.
you got for real.
I'm serious.
God dang.
That's just hair. That's not even because that's not the whole beauty
Wow.
industry, Shawn. But we know what it is. We know what it is. But with this
Right.
right here, like I don't understand. And this is another thing with Megan Rapinoe. I will say this. I understand your fight for equality, especially the U.S. women's national team. I get it. I understand.
Right.
But you be hard pressed to get the working everyday person who's still in a pandemic. Most likely, a lot of them lost their jobs, looking for work, um, might be struggling to feed their children. And you are out here crying because you don't get the same pay as men that kick a black and white ball around. Dog, I love sports, but most people are not going to care. They're not going to care.
Right.
Female athletes crying about wanting more money, the average person is not going to care because you make more money than us anyway. So why would I care about getting you more money?
Exactly. Right. Right. That part.
Yeah.
Man, it you know, and when we man, well, this world
We off the deep
is
end, Shawn.
we out of order from A to Z across the board with relationships and partnerships and man, so many things are so out of order. I can't even keep up, B. That's how
Yeah.
bad it has gotten.
Mhm.
But I can't conform or transform my mindset to society. I just something I can't do, man.
Yeah.
I just can't do it, man. Because once you do that, it's like you're part of the Walking Dead now.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
you're not gonna bite me. I'm gonna keep shooting you down, chopping your head off, stabbing you in the brain. That's what I'm gonna keep doing because I refuse to be a part of society, aka the Walking Dead. I refuse to transform my thinking from how I know I was taught in church. Now, don't get it twisted or get it misconstrued, people. I ain't got no angel wings or halo over my head. A brother is a constant work, a daily work in progress. So that's and I ain't gonna judge you for what you do, but you have to reprogram your thinking to get back into alignment and watch how phenomenal your relationship's gonna be. Watch how phenomenal your partnership's gonna be, your conversations with your partner. But when you are out of alignment, your friction, your attitude, your negative mindset, your self entitlement, the I'm the prize, it's all about me, the Johnny Bravo attitude, enough about me, let's talk about me. I mean,
Yeah.
until you get
Yeah.
back into alignment, he can't give you favor. He can't have your back. He can't condone that because he purposely, women don't understand, you purposely spit in God, Jesus' face when you say you are the prize. When you put yourself in front of the man that he created first, your problems is coming maybe because he got a problem with you. You think the big man upstairs ain't sitting like you? Why you walking around here like you the man? Like I made you first. I did not make you first. I made you second.
Yep.
So with that being said, I made him first on purpose for a purpose. That's what women are they get it misconstrued. They don't
Mm-hmm.
understand because here's the thing. If God made man first and his purpose, when women are doing a dick measuring contest with dudes, that's not going to work. You're going to be in a cold bed by yourself and you're always going to be alone. Why? Because you are difficult to deal with.
Yep.
Until we get back in the order of things, it's like my mom said, the submissive women know how to keep a man. They're going to have a dude, they're
Yep.
going to have the same dude for 20, 25, 30 years. You changing
Let's
dudes
see.
like you changing your clothes, man. Nobody ain't dealing with that. An alpha male ain't gonna deal with that attitude. He's just
Right.
not. You always gonna be with a beta male. You're gonna be with a dude that you could just run over and talk to any kind of way like you his kid. Like
Right.
he's your kid. But
I don't know if I missed
yeah,
this or
man.
not, Ness, but see, that's the craziness of being a side piece. You have a spare tire on the car. It can never be the main tire. I don't remember if I said that or not. But that, yeah. When you have order in your relationship, it just flows naturally and your life transforms. Hey,
Who said
Lisa, I'm
that?
still laughing. Lisa,
Who said
I'm
that?
still laughing at her talking about
Wow.
Victoria's Secret turning into Lane Bryant.
Who
Lisa.
said that? Lisa said
Lisa said that.
that girl crazy, man.
That
But
craziness.
here's the thing. A female told me, it's like, hey, I've been watching you and Brandon's podcast. And she said, you know what's funny, Shawn? You and Brandon are talking about 100% transparent truth to uplift men because men ain't got nobody to uplift them. Nobody don't care nothing about them. Father's
Nope.
Day is like, whatever, you're a sperm donor, whatever. It's like TD Jake said. I have to go back to it. TD Jake said the hardest role in this life is being a man, and women, they can't even fathom what that's like. And then you're a
Yeah.
black man, too. So he's got to go out and fight every day. And now he got to come home and fight with you. You supposed to be his peace, never his war. Never
Yep.
his war. If you can't be my peace, and that's fine.
Mm.
But what Lisa has said about the order of things and how when if things are in order, when a woman respects that this is a man, I'm not a man. My place is a woman. The relationship, everything's going to flow naturally. It's going to be
Yeah.
so easy because she's not trying to one up him. She's not saying, hey, my penis is bigger than yours.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a competition, baby. We on the same team. Why are we competing? It's team us. You know what I'm saying? But things are so. That's why I don't follow society. I don't talk like society. I don't dress like society. I do me. I even got my own style of dress. I ain't doing nothing like nobody. My mom say, baby, never follow society. She's been telling me that since I was a kid. That's why I don't follow society.
Yeah.
And people don't understand. Me and society people, we never get along.
Yeah.
And if I only know 5 lionesses in my life, B, that's
That's a
real
problem.
sad. That's
That's a
the
problem.
problem.
Yeah, Nesco say having order in your life sets the tone for success. Period. Yeah, it does. Yes, it does, Ness.
Yes, exactly,
And
exactly.
and I'm glad you told me that about the female friend of yours who said that, because it's amazing to me that players like Megan Rapinoe and some of the buzzwords she used when talking
Right.
about it is let's see, where was it? Yeah, she said it's patriarchal, it's sexist, male lens, and through what men desire. Why are you talking so bad about men? She gets praised openly for talking stuff about men. Like, it's getting to a point where men are getting sick of that, man.
Men are getting tired of women talking about men. See, women got talk shows.
Yeah,
They got these platforms. They got the feminist movement. Men, what we got? So what me and you are doing, we trying to cause a movement for men. But here's the thing. See, we got enough intellect and respect for them not to talk down and bad about them. We're just
yeah,
trying to bring men issues to the forefront so they can understand us better. That's all
yeah,
we trying to do. We because men that, and my client, he told me, he said it today. He said, Shawn, we're taught to just man up. Forget about what you're going through.
yep. That's
Forget
it.
about your depression. Forget
Rub some
about your
dirt on it.
mental anguish. Forget about
Yep,
things that you've been battling with, your demons. Just man up.
yep. Take a
See,
salt tablet.
men take a salt tablet and you'll be fine.
Yep.
Oh, this is what the young lady said that I got on my little soapbox about. I just got off on a tangent. She said, Shawn, how I know you and Brandon are touching on truth. She said, I listen to you guys all the time just to hear that truth. And she said, what's so funny? You got 2 black men having positive conversations, trying to uplift men and trying to educate women on men. None of them women are liking nothing that you guys are saying. Where are all the likes for women? Where are all the support? Where are all the positive comments?
Yeah.
That lets me know, Shawn, that what you said about the lioness and she respecting the man, knowing that there's only one lion in the jungle and there's one lioness, that's it. She said, that lets me know how sad our society is. She said, when they don't like y'all videos that you and Brandon are doing, they are complicit and they are showing their attitudes that they're following society. And she's like, ain't no lioness in there.
And you know what's
You
sad
know,
about that,
and
Shawn?
that's so sad.
You,
She said you would think women would be like, wow, these men trying to
yeah,
uplift each other. They're trying to tell us about men. They ain't even liking our part. They ain't even liking the
yeah,
podcast. Now, the few
right,
women that are liking our podcast, those are lionesses right there. Every
yeah,
woman that likes it, that's the lioness because she ain't buying into that feminist crap.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
So
They be like,
and
that's good
talk
stuff.
about the sad part about it. The saddest part about that is, Shawn, is that those
Right,
women that you spoke of, they have
right.
sons. They have sons, Shawn.
Oh my
They're
God.
they
Exactly.
have sons.
They got sons that's gonna
They
grow up
got
to be men.
sons.
And you
Yeah,
think they would support it.
yeah.
Wow. I mean, it's mind
Hmm.
blowing. But you know what, B? I didn't think about it until she pointed it out just yesterday. She said, Shawn, I watch you and Brandon's podcast. She said, you know what's so bad about women? Y'all brothers doing something positive and they ain't even liking it. So what they're showing is their disagreements in it
Hmm.
and their complicity of the self-entitlement, the Johnny Bravo attitude. Enough about me. Let's talk about me. I mean, just the bias of. She was like, "How can our men get better if we ain't supporting them?"
Yeah.
I was like, I felt that. I
How?
literally,
How?
I felt that in my bones, bro.
Hmm.
I literally felt that it when she said that one part yesterday, it got the hairs on my body was standing up. I said, say that again. She said, how can they expect our men to get better if we not supporting them?
Hmm.
I said, wow. That just I said, girl, you just killed me for the rest of the year off that stage. I mean, it was so just profound, just a profound statement. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
unbelievable, man.
Let's see.
Unbelievable.
Marcus says women nowadays feel like being submissive to a man means you got to kiss our asses, but that's totally not the case. And that's not the case, man. That's never been the case. When we talk about men being first, it doesn't mean that women are less than. It doesn't mean that, because we cannot do this without women. Just like I say, well, I'll say the black community is pretty much done, is because unless the black man and black woman come together, we're done. We're done, Shawn. We're
We're
done.
done.
It's if until families start being formed, we're done. We're done. That's
Mm-mm.
it. We can't do it
Mm-mm.
without each other.
We can't, man. And ladies, please understand that I got a daughter, man. I got a little girl. I had a mother who's not gone. I had a aunt who I adored who's gone. Now I'm like, I ain't never been a brother to degrade women or talk down on women.
No.
What you got to understand, ladies, we want you, you know how you guys have to, at all your platforms for people to listen to your voice. We want women to hear our voice. We want to educate you onto how to better understand us. So our marriages can be better, our relationships can be better, our families raising our children can be better. I'm a firm believer that man, God made man for woman and woman for man. But
Yeah.
when we say that God made man first, it's because of his ordained alignment structure. He did that. He did that on purpose. That was his plan.
Yeah.
Society has us all out of order. And if you want to have something sustaining, if you want to quit going from man to man, if you want to have a really good relationship, just hear us out and
Yeah.
listen to us, follow us, support us, because we need y'all.
Yeah.
Because we need more women to step up and be like, you know what? All that stuff y'all ladies out here are saying, that's the whole problem.
Mm-hmm.
We on the same team. Ladies, y'all have gotten, society has us divided.
Yep.
Society has men and women divided. And just like my mom said, man, y'all families can't stay together because y'all want to fight through nothing. Ain't nothing perfect in this life. No perfect relationship, no perfect man, no perfect woman. But if y'all got the opportunity to build it together and make it grow, work that out for your children.
Yeah.
And if you got an ounce of love for that other person, don't end it over something. Don't end it over ego. Don't end it over mistakes. Because people
Yeah.
ain't perfect. And there's only one person that worked the earth perfect, and he worked the earth 33 years, and that was Jesus. Don't you can't put that standard on nobody because nobody's perfect, man. But
Yeah.
ladies, we're not degrading you. We're letting you know that God made man first for a purpose.
Yeah.
He made y'all to be our help. But we can't do men and women need each other. When you saying you don't need a man and you the prize, you losing men. You not winning them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you? Why would you want to be with a man who can't protect you?
Yeah. So
Money
check
can't
this,
protect you,
Shawn.
baby. It
No.
can't protect you. You know what
And
I'm
check
saying?
this. Do you, I'm actually, do you agree with this? If you
Right,
told men today that if you find a woman of your choosing,
right.
you get married to her, and we will guarantee that you guys will be together until one of you passes. Don't you think majority of men will get married? I ain't saying
Honestly,
all. Honestly, I'm saying majority. So majority is over 50%. So saying majority of men will get married. If you could guarantee that the marriage
if
will stay to intact.
exactly. More
That's
men
yeah.
would more men would get married if those conversations were taking place.
Yeah.
You know, that,
Yeah.
that's just letting them know, like, because for me, we can catch up on that. But for me,
Mm-hmm.
I found out through therapy that I suffer with a fear of abandonment issues that's been happening since I was a child. So I would purposely sabotage a relationship to get out of it. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? Because I'm like, no, I'm gonna leave before she leave me. because I don't want her to abandon me anyway, and I gotta relive that hurt and that pain and stuff. This is things through therapy that I'm finding out about Shawn.
Yeah.
So, but my thing about it is, like the therapist said, she's like, Shawn, the relationship you have is the woman that takes the time to really understand you, realize, hey, we on the same team. We gonna do this thing. We gonna do this
Yeah.
thing, and it's not gonna be perfect, Shawn. I'm not gonna say all the things right. You may not say all the things right, but just because we don't say things right, don't mean that our love for each other diminishes. We just human. But
Mm-hmm.
there is no room for divorce, separation, us being apart, none of that. We gonna work this out. And I guarantee if those conversations, like you just said, more men would probably get married because the guarantee is there. She's saying, I'm not gonna quit on you.
Yeah. I'm gonna fight regardless.
Shawn, I'm not gonna make you feel that thing that you felt like when you was a child. I'm not gonna abandon you.
Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna weaponize your insecurities against you.
Exactly. So my thing
Yeah.
about this, and when the therapist pointed that out, I was like, wow. But it's true, man.
Yeah. Let's see what
It's
Marcus
true.
Williams say. These woke women are going to try to combat that with the story of Lilith saying she was first. I heard about the story of Lilith recently, Marcus, and it is a very interesting story. They talk about the a guy, Coach Greg Adams. Look him up on YouTube. He talked about the story of Lilith and the spirit of Jezebel, and he compares it to the modern woman today. And people, there are too many similarities. It's amazing,
So this
especially with the
story
spirit
about
of.
this story about Lilith, what is this about?
So the story of Lilith, I want to make sure because I don't want to I don't want to say the wrong thing. So Lilith claims that since she and Adam were created the same way, they were equal, and she refuses to submit to him. After God
Right.
created Adam, who was alone, He said, "It is not good for a man to be alone." He then created a woman for Adam from the earth, as He had created Adam himself, and called her Lilith.
Mm. Wow.
Yeah. So let's
Wow.
see. Yeah, I do. The guy does a great breakdown of Lilith. Say Lilith is a demonic figure in the Judeo-Christian mythology, supposedly the primordial she demon and alternately first wife of Adam. She is first mentioned in the biblical Hebrew in Isaiah 34:14, and later in late antiquity in Mandean, what's that? Gnosticism mythology and Jewish mythology sources from 500 CE onwards. So this was supposedly Adam's first wife who did not want to submit to him, and they break that thing down. Yeah, it's worth looking up, guys. Say there isn't anything more attractive than having a man that's got you. That's what Lisa say. I feel that, Lisa. That and I hear women say it all the time. They need a man to be masculine so women can relax into their feminine. And I do believe that because if at any point she has to be masculine, she can no longer be feminine. She has to fend for herself. She has to go out and be the breadwinner. She has to go out and get the bacon. She has to be a protector and a provider. And when you have to do those things as a woman, it's going to make you masculine.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So,
And then
any
and
final
then
thoughts?
I just want to expound on what you said, because I've had encounters with women like that. You have to, when a woman has been doing certain things, and I don't want to say the word force, but they had no choice but to step up and do what they needed to do for them or their kids because the dude just wasn't around, whatever the case may be. Yeah, they do become a little bit masculine. Fellas, you you know, even the Bible said love is patient. So you got to understand her so you can love her patiently,
Yeah.
because she is, and you have to be patient because you have to be patient on the time frame that she's had to do things alone in a masculine type way. And when you solidify your position with her and let her know, baby, I got you. I'm going to be here. I'm not going to abandon you, and vice versa, women to men. But when you let that woman who has been basking in her masculinity doing things on her own because she's had no choice, you got to love her patiently through that masculinity to let her know, okay, now she can derobe. She can take that masculinity robe off.
Yeah.
But that masculinity robe is not going to come off, fellas, unless you love her through patience with the key word. And this word is the key to all success in things, business, personal, marriage, whatever. This key word, this one word that you need to for her. And a lot of women will agree that one word she needs, and she needs to see it in action: consistency.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna leave it on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Being a rock, being a pillar, being
right.
stoic, being
Mm-hmm.
masculine, being a man, and like I said, there's no one outside of you that can determine those things. Those things are forged within. Nothing outside of it is going to make you a man. You don't get your validation from women.
No.
You don't. Your
Nope.
validation comes from within because you are your own mental point of origin.
Mm.
You you're the North Star. That's what you are as a man. And you have to be that way because if not, she gonna roll over you, especially we talking about a black woman.
Yeah, she was.
Hey,
She
she's
will,
gonna
man.
roll over you. She's gonna roll over you. And it's not, and this the thing too, fellas. This is the thing. Talk to the fellas real quick too.
Yeah.
When I say we say these things about women and talking about women and how they are and how they can be, know that majority of issues with women are because of you. It's not them. Because women are, I don't believe that the whole good and bad, good and evil and all of that. People are just people. We have people who do bad things. We have people that do good things. But at the end of the day, people are just people. So knowing that people are just people, women do a lot of things just out of survival. It's not inherently mean or them being nasty or evil or anything. They're trying to survive. So at a moment's notice, and this, and I talk about black women because that's what I've dealt with. I've dealt with black women. Just know that at a moment's notice, you showing weakness, not just a little bit. Sometimes it could be a situation where you show weakness in a couple seconds and it could be over for her and she'll lose attraction. But you showing weakness, it signals to her hind brain that, hey, maybe this guy isn't as strong as I thought. Maybe this isn't the protector and the provider that I thought I was getting.
Mm.
And at that point, how can you be mad at that? Because you shown signs of weakness.
Mm.
And a lot of guys ain't gonna want to hear that, man.
No. And guys, man, I said this earlier. I think I said this earlier. If you want to be, if you trying to go, if you trying to grow into you or engage in your greatness, as a man, fellas, I'm gonna tell you this: you can't be great without being uncomfortable. So if that woman tells you 100% honest, and she's not bringing you down, but she's just telling you, and that conversation is uncomfortable for you, now you got to adjust and step up to the plate where you can show her, I am that man. That man is inside of me.
Yeah.
And sometimes we have to have those uncomfortable conversations so we can gut check ourselves and get back on point.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, if that
Her
makes sense.
test, what they call them, for lack of a better word, they call them SHIT tests. They say that women do. And the reason women test you is, are you the man that you say you are? And if that's too tough for you, if you don't like that, if you don't want to be tested, then you shouldn't deal with women. Hey, go be a monk somewhere because they are going to test you, and rightfully so. She needs protection and provision. I don't care how much money she has. I don't care how boss lady she is. She wants to be a feminine woman and she wants to be protected and provided for. But in order for her, to allow you to lead and for her to hand over the reins, she has to make sure you're competent. So she's going to constantly test you, and you have to pass those tests. You have to. That's just the way it is. That's the way. That's the order of things. You don't
That's the
like the
order of
order.
things.
Hey, you got guys going against the order right now. They got all kind of chaos. Hey, much respect to him. He doing it his way, and he think it's gonna work. I hope it work out for him. I hope they stay together to their dying days. But Dwayne Wade saying that Gabrielle Union leads their household, I guarantee you it's chaos in there. I guarantee you it's chaos in there. Because there's no way. There's absolutely no way. No, D Wade. That's not how. No. At no point am I ever going to be led. I have to be the leader. Now, does that mean that I lead and don't listen to anybody and I just do what Brandon wants to do all the time? No, especially if I have those following me. That's not the mark of a good leader. I'm going to listen to those who, I deem their opinion valuable. So I'm going to listen to them and take their input. But as a man, you got to lead, man. It's on us. Grab your sword, get your shield, and go out there and lead. That's all I got to say, fellas.
Hey, that was a perfect ending. I think Lisa's saying something.
Yeah, she said, once we observe the consistency, we feel safe to be who we really are and able to embrace our femininity. There it is. There it is. We ended right there, man.
Winner, chicken dinner.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all for watching another live stream. Hey, so the end of this month, man, I'm gonna buy this StreamYard, and so we're gonna be streaming to Facebook, YouTube, and probably Twitch. So just get ready all at the same time. So
yeah, you're gonna have to, you're gonna have to tell me about that one.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna show you that.
Yeah. I see you tomorrow, though.
Yeah, I'll be there, and we'll chop it up.
Yeah, we'll chop it up because I wanna write some notes. And B, I don't know, man. You think we need to make a part 2 to this one?
We might need to do that. Definitely, we might need to do that.
Right.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because it's a really good topic to talk about. So I think we should make a part 2 to this podcast.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do that.
It was good.
Let's do that. I'm still working on part 2 to men's mental health. I haven't forgot. For those who
I'm getting a lot of people asking me about the mental health thing. So y'all tune into this. I'm gonna put it in our. Brandon's probably gonna put it. He'll probably do that because he's on top of that. He's gonna put it in the FIMP group.
Yeah, I already put it in there.
Oh, you already put it in there? So listen, if y'all don't know what the FIMP group is, it's a group that I created in remembrance of my mom. My mom passed away in December 2018, but she was very real and transparent, and she always kept it 100 with me. So the group is in remembrance of her, and it's based off of no judgment because my mom was the least judgmental person I've ever met in my life. So it's titled FIMP, which breaks down, it means for imperfect, non-judgmental people only. I got one rule. You can't judge nobody in that group. You can't judge anybody in the group. The reason I created it, because we live in such a judgmental world and society. I wanted a place where people can go where they can say anything they want. But there's only one rule. You cannot judge anything in the group. And if I catch you judging, then I'm going to have to kick you out. If I see a judgmental statement, I'm going to have to, because that's not what it's about. And I got my mom's name on this. So it's a very important group for me. That's the reason why I created it. So if you want a place where you can go, where you can say, because I do all kind of stuff, funny music videos. I do a dope song every day, dope song of the day. I mean, just informative stuff where like what me and Brandon doing. I do healthy tips of the day of the day. I do. It's a combination of so many different things, but my mother as a remembrance and to keep her memory alive the group is dedicated to her. So that's all I got, B.
All right, man. Hey, man. So I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. I'll be back. What time is it? It's 5:30. I'll be back on at 7. If you want to get your sports feel, I'm back on at 7. Come holler at your boy, man. But until next time, we are out of here. Peace out, y'all.
All right.
man.